Three, two, one. Tank Davis versus one of the top fighters today in Barrios. Man, 11th round KO championship round finish. There's nothing more epic than finishing a fight in the final 2 rounds of the fight. Possibly would have been down on the scorecards, said Floyd Mayweather Jr. after the 10th round. Tank, you got to do this for us. This is your time. I got something special for you. Those were the words uttered to Tank in the 10th round, going into the 11th, by Floyd Money Mayweather to motivate his guy. And boy, we are about to get into it on a whole entirely different level. But before I get started, I'd like to introduce myself and let you guys know that as we get into this show, which is the fight show, we will get it popping on why is it that guys like Tank with that explosive ability can fight at the level that he fights, even when he's strategically outmatched. That's what we're going to get into right now on the fight show. Welcome, everybody. It's about to go down. I know I told you out here, Facebook, I see you. You getting it in. Let me see where you're from. I enjoyed every second of that fight. Strategy is my thing. And for those of you who don't know me, what I do is I am kind of like the old wizard of boxing when it comes down to it. And I love breaking fights down. Now, I want to hear you guys' take as we get into this, but Tank versus Barrios was so epic when it came down to the matchup. The size difference, 6 inches he gave up. Not only that, but as we go on into the show in the next round, which is the next 3-minute period, I'm going to give you the insight as to how do you close the gap on a guy that's so long. And as the fight went on, Tank eventually figured out what he wanted to do and how could he make that work. And then I'm going to get into how important the lineage of who he is matters in these decisions, as what are you going to do in the late rounds. Hence is why it's such a great idea to have old blood inside of your corner. That lineage just never ever fails you. So the first epic part of the fight was a strategy when they hit heads up. And when you see my man Tank come out, he didn't do a thing for the first 4 rounds. Literally, I mean, he basically was stood off by my man, and Barrios had a strategy with Virgil Hunter. And if you look at these guys like Virgil Hunter, they don't play, man. You're dealing with someone who's just allowed a career to happen with a guy who was undefeated. And Andre Ward, you cannot shake a stick at that. Trust me, Andre Ward was undefeated with that guy beside him named Virgil Hunter, who basically is a wizard of boxing. And whenever those guys went heads up in against anyone, strategy was the reality. You got to deal with it. You got to know how to deal with speed. You got to know how to deal with length. You got to know how to deal with power. And guess what? They did them all and retired undefeated at the age of 32 years old. That was Andre Ward. And Virgil Hunter was one of the coaches in the Olympics in 2004 with my uncle, Coach Anthony Bradley. And the guy just is a wizard without saying. And listening to him in the corner with Barrios telling him strategically to make sure he holds his position and stands his ground and start to shoot shots, keep his balance, making sure that whenever Tank was trying to get a game plan going, that he knew how to pour water on it. Man, he knew how to pour water on it. And when you, oh my gosh, I see all you guys checking in, man. I got to get you on the banner. Oh gosh, y'all are in the house, man. Let me take a 30-second check-in time. Oh my gosh, y'all are in the house. Tank, yep. Indiana, what's up, man? Share it out. Share it out. Share your. Oh, DC's in the building. Y'all got to be representing Baltimore. Just flexed on them. We got to do this for 60 seconds. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to check my people in. Timothy Bias, my man. All of you. I'm going one by one. Dexter Williams. What's up, Dex? The tank. The tank is right. Let me see. Next, Money Team, Mac Millie. What's up, Mac Millie? In the building. Facebook is in the building. I got to see my YouTubers in the building. YouTube's in the house. What's up, Anthony Wall? It's good to see you, brother. YouTube, I'm glad y'all showed up. Facebook has been smoking you guys lately. What's going on, Ray? Tank is a problem. You got that right. Everything good, Sugar Ray. Didn't know Sugar Ray was watching my show. That's when you know you big time. When Sugar Ray Leonard, I'm just joking, man. It's all good. Tank. Yeah, William Spencer. Tank is a problem. Atlanta is in the house. Yes. What's up, Anthony Bernard Williams Jr. representing ATL. We right down the road, baby. We in South Florida getting it in. Let me see. What's up, Patrick? The Tank. I see it's a bunch of Tank fans out there. Barrios fans should be popping in. Tanks. Money Team. What's up, Marcos? Now back to the topic at hand. I enjoy making sure I give my people some props. But, you know, when you break this guy down, man, Tank, the level of ability that he has, we were just in the watching the 2021 Golden Gloves where guys like Tank came up. And when he was like, I guess it might have been 7 or 8 years old, maybe right. Yeah, about 9, because it's about 15 years ago now. I remember seeing him over in Baltimore because we used to go up to Baltimore and spar with former world champion Hasim Rockman and those guys getting him prep when he was going to fight Klitschko and just kind of worked whenever it was necessary. So I remember seeing the young kid. I remember seeing Calvin, his coach. Never got a chance to really interact. I was there on our own business. We had to handle a world championship training camp. So I seen this kid, but never got a chance to really look at him back then. But I did look at these guys today in the 2021 Golden Gloves and where Tank came from, that explosive power, that ability. And there was this young kid. I got a picture with him. So if you want to watch this kid, I recorded his entire match and I spoke to him right before he went out. And you know, it's just it's crazy critical when you see a guy and you know he got the special goods. This kid came out, he looked like a long version of, I can't even say it because he just description wise, he kind of reminds you of Diego Corrales, but more Puerto Rican and had just this ability. He was in the shell, but quick, fast, hands. Oh, just the whole savage package. It was a beautiful thing. Tank was in that same scenario when he was young. He was lighting cats up at the gym, going to these tournaments, fighting, building up the cachet, man. And when you are boxing at that level, at that youth, you get so many different experiences, man. And when you seen Tank come out tonight, his ability to weather a storm, because he was getting touched a little bit every once in a while. His defense was in the building, but he really has to give props to Virgil Hunter for giving Barrios these instructions in the corner. If you didn't see the fight, man, and if you did, make sure you let me know in the comment box that you saw the fight, because I'm gonna check some comments in another 3 minutes and put you on the screen. So just make sure you say what you got to say, because this fight was epic, man. It's the kind of thing that shows you what you're working with in your corner and what you're working with in your camp and where you're going to be going and who can give you trouble and what styles are tough for you. But when you saw Tank figure out how to take away the jab, Barrios was a lot more than he thought. He had a little more than he thought, which is what I said, that he's definitely not giving Barrios the credit. But when he came out, and just so you know, I'm not a fanboy, so I don't ride guys. I give them credit where the credit is due, but I also expose the areas that they're going to need to fix and make adjustments in, because after this broadcast, the next broadcast that we do will be breaking down the science of Lomachenko. And he had a great victory tonight in the 9th round. And I'll definitely break that down on that show. So make sure if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, because I will break down the science of Lomachenko and where that's going to play a role when it comes down to him going head to head with Teofimo Lopez round 2. if he gets past my man George Kambosos from the bottom. All right. So the strategy, he started to take away my boy's jab. And when he started taking away the jab and started leading with that straight left, which Tank is a southpaw. For those of you who don't know the difference, when you're a southpaw, your straight backhand, which is your Sunday punch, is your lead power shot. Then, so Tank leads with the right, and unlike Floyd, he's southpaw instead of conventional. So Floyd's shot was straight right hand. Tank's was straight left hand from the southpaw stance, bending his knees, touching them quick, taking away the jab with a paw, and touching them with that straight left hand. Quick, short punch, little 4-inch punch. But man, it was so effective. And then he started to find a way to break them down. And when he started to get to him, the adjustment was made by Virgil Hunter. I'm going to do another check-in, and then I'm going to break down right now after this what Virgil Hunter said exactly to Barrios that changed the complexity of that fight. Hold on for 30 seconds. I got to do another check-in. What's up, Blake Blade? Yeah, that's one of the best thumbnails I've seen, man. You and your lady look amazing together. Good stuff. Special shouts out to you. Martin JC, Barrios fought a good fight. Yes, he did. He took most of Tank big shots. Well, that's not the job. The job is to not take those shots. Not from a guy like Tank. He's a special kid. Great fight tonight. What's up, Freddie Soberone? It's good to see you guys, man, in the building. I see some long comments up here. Anthony Bernard Williams Jr. What's up, brother? I like Barrio in the fight to outbox Tank, but I knew he wouldn't be able to hold on Tank power. Yeah, well, at the same time, he did a great job. If he brought it on, and I'm going to speak to this, if he brought it on in the late rounds, and he did indeed. I got to speak to that. I got to speak to that, and I got to get you off the screen. Now, back to the topic at hand. What happened in those late rounds? That adjustment that I was saying that Virgil Hunter made. Virgil Hunter said to Barrios, keep your balance, keep your composure. Don't let him walk you back. When he throws that jab next time, you go up under it with a straight right to the belly. And he did, and pissed Tank off, but it was effective. And then Tank feinted the hook off the jab, boom, and dropped him in the ninth round. Like, boom. Soon as you saw him hit the canvas, you knew that this was not a flash knockdown. He gets up, and the whole complexity, the place goes bananas. And down in the ATL, it's crazy already because it's Tank home now. And just the fact that in that fight that was so chess match, you couldn't see anything coming through for Tank. But that's the difference when a guy has that thing, that special ability, those hammers. And he got hammers in them gloves. I'm telling you, the boy got concrete like Roberto Duran, and then got speed like Pretty Boy back in the day. And Pacquiao just is explosive. And he gets up, boom, he catches him with I think it was a wide left hook, a little short, bam, drops him again, goes down twice in the ninth round. 10th round, Barrios survives and kind of turns it on a little bit, because Virgil Hunter once again gives this beautiful knowledge. That's why you got to have boxing in your people with experience in your world if you're in this game, because that was the difference in this fight tonight. Virgil Hunter gave him that clarity. And don't check out now, because I'm about to give you guys a pearl that you will never, ever forget. You'll be able to use it with your kids and your fighters. If you just an enthusiast, you'll know it when you go bet next time. But the fact that he told him how to weather this and made him realize that he just punched himself out. He just used a lot of energy. Only a strategic coach with a high IQ and a lot of experience to know that's the only thing you can say to this guy right now to make him feel like he has a chance. And he did. And he came out and he basically won that 10th round unofficial scorecard. Tank basically took it off to come out, go to the corner, and now you don't want to check out right now because this is exactly what Floyd said. Tank has a coach, and his name is Coach Calvin, and Calvin's from BMO. And I know one thing about Baltimore: everybody loves their own knowledge when it comes down to fighting, and Calvin loves his own knowledge when it comes down to fighting. But when it comes down to working the corner, he said everything that was right that night. One of the instructions that he gave Tank is that you gotta walk to him. And when you walk to him, you got to touch him. And strategically, he was saying the right things to Tank. He was letting them know and reminding him, this is the fourth round, round 4. Coach Calvin, I got to tip my cap. But it takes experience at this level. And Tank was looking for the leadership of Floyd Mayweather, right? Looking over, Floyd coming over to him and telling him, you're needing to win this next round and this next round. And Tank looks at him sideways and he said, look, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Tank, I need you. I need you to handle this. This is your time. This is what it's all about. And I got something for you. And basically that was a cry for, man, make something happen. We cannot take a chance. And when you switch a guy's gear like that, that's like Baby Tyson. And that gear switched on with Tank. And before you know it, that bell for the 11th round rang, man. And Barrios used that straight shot to the body again. And the next thing you know, man, you was just watching a fight and you just didn't know what was going to happen. But you know that Tank has the power now. But you know that Barrios is bringing that Aztec warrior stuff. And it's real because now you got a Mexican who has the physical dexterity, the size, the length, the IQ with a brain. Because your second brain matters more than the first brain when you in a fight game at this level, which you'll never understand it until you're in it. And when you saw that, he made sure that he reminded him in that corner, this is for the marbles. Tank out of nowhere takes that shot from the head and takes it to the body. Counter left to the body, uppercut, solar plexus, liver shot. Down goes Barrios like it was nothing left in his body. He would get up on the count of like 8 from a body shot. And the rest is history. Tank comes out, throws the pop, pop, he's out of there. The referee jumps and stops. Barrios melts in between the ropes, comes back up, but the ref stops it. He has nothing left in his body. That was the call of power, fury, that beast within, inside that thing. We call it that thing that just has no name, that you can dial it up and it can answer your call for duty. And Floyd called for it in the 11th round, and Tank delivered, went up to the top rope and did a backflip. Man, this is a storybook stuff. You can't write it. You cannot write it. Strategy, lineage matter. The fact that he has Floyd, who knows and has 4 generations, including now Tank is the 4th generation. It was Roger, Floyd Sr., Jeff, down to Floyd, down to Tank. You cannot make this up, man. You cannot replace lineage. And that's one of the things that the benefit that he had of being in this game. He had old money. And that's what Floyd was playing with. That's what Gervonta has. And Calvin is getting to learn on the job and not lose to figure it out and learn the hard way. So he's being double blessed at the same time. But at the same time, you got to feel a little tough to be having a guy talk to your guy during the most important time in your life, and that's kind of him telling you who's the most important figure. So they got to figure that out. That dynamic is weird. It's not weird if you don't if you've been in the sport, because I've been the guy who the guy's looking for on the outside of the corner, and then I'm giving instructions, because that's what I do. I'm a wizard behind that. When it comes down to that corner, that strategy, I'm not the guy you want to be on the other side of the ring. Trust me. And that's word in the boxing game. They know my name. When it comes down to that strategy, that's what I do. I bring that smoke, that IQ. I was born with that. And you look at guys like Tank, and he depended on D's tonight. And Floyd called it up, ring, 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 and that's what you got. And when you got that dynamite, you can get away with it. You can get away with losing 6 rounds, but he didn't. When they saw the scorecards, now hang around, I'm gonna tell you what the scorecards was. They had Tank winning 6 rounds, no, 8 rounds to 4, 7 rounds to 5 on across the board in that fight. And that's why you cannot allow anybody to dictate your fight. You got to go out there and you got to know how to stop the guys. You got to know how to get these guys out of here. And so you got to have variations in your punches. You got to listen to guys like me who write how to fight books and instruct and guide. Trust me, this is a real game. But I don't know who's going to try to get in line to fight Tank next. But I'm telling you, you better have your stuff together, because that dude is coming for real. I'm going to do another quick shout out. I see my people out here, and then I'm going to let you guys rock out and go see some good stuff, man. These highlights are really blatant. Floyd told him the unofficial scorecard. Yes, he did. And that's the mastery of it. He said it. After that, I knew Tank was going to pick up the pace. He picked up the pace. It was the 11th round, man. That's it, man. Look, man, follow us. If you love that boxing, we teach it, we talk it, and we walk it. That's all I got for right now. I'm glad y'all stayed around and hung out with us, man. Enjoy the highlights of the fights. Let me know what you think in the comment box. I'm going to comment and connect with some of you cats, reply to some of your comments, and we getting it popping, man. You're talking to Master Boxing, where you get your master's degree in the science of boxing. Special shouts out to my people down here in South Florida. We in the building. Peace.